Iron is one of those resources you can never get enough of, especially in the 1.17 update. But that's where these big guys come in. Iron golems are these giants who we know to protect us. But what you didn't know is that they could be
exploited for their resources.
Yeah, that's right. If you're looking for an easy, efficient, and compact way to get tons of iron, you've come to the right place. Because today, we are making an iron farm.
Dancing on the moon.
What is up, my fellow gamers? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Hardcore. And let's build an iron farm. So let's talk materials. What we will need for this farm is about 3 stacks and a half of any type of building block, as long as it cannot catch on fire or as long as it isn't flammable. 10 stairs of your choice, about a stack and 35 walls of your choice, 3 beds of any color, a name tag, 12 signs. Signs don't burn, so it really doesn't matter what types of signs, 9 hoppers, 2 chests, a lava bucket, 3 villagers, which is why we have the minecart and rails. And it'll need 1 zombie, which is why we have the name tag, so it doesn't despawn. And then at last we need... Oh wait, we don't actually need that, but yeah, you should.
Smash that like button.
2 more materials that I forgot to mention was a couple of water buckets. You're going to need more than one, so I would say at least about 3 or more water buckets. And a couple of torches for this farm. It is also important that you need some sort of decent armor before you make this farm, just in case you fall from a high place or die from the zombie. Why do I say fall from a high place? Well, this farm we're gonna need to build at least 20 blocks in the air, very far away from any village or trading hall, as I said earlier. So I've chose a spot here and we're gonna just start building up. It needs to be 20 blocks high so that iron golems cannot spawn on the ground when the farm is activated. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Now that we are 20 blocks in the air, we're going to start building our chambers for our zombie and 3 villagers. So what we need to do to build these chambers is to build 4 blocks out on 3 sides of the center here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to do one more side. It really doesn't matter which side you choose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we're going to do is break these blocks that are surrounding the center, just like so. So it'll be 3 on that side, 3 on that side, and 3 on that side. Then we're going to take our glass, or it really doesn't matter what block you use, as long as it is not flammable. We're going to start building walls where we will keep our zombie and our 3 villagers. We are going to surround these platforms with walls to make sure that our zombie and villagers don't go anywhere. When you are done surrounding the platforms with the glass, it should look something like this, and we're going to go 2 more layers higher. These chambers must be at least 3 blocks high each. So then the chambers will look something like this. Then what we need to do is place a water bucket down in the center, just like so. Next we need to place the beds where the villagers are going to sleep in each of the chambers. Just like so. The bed should be placed on the far side of the chamber, leaving a block open for the villagers to get up and down from the bed and also see the zombie in its chamber. We're going to place some torches down in this chamber as well so that no hostile mobs can spawn. Now it's time to get the villagers and the zombies into their chambers. Now what you want to do is build a staircase up to the farm to easily lure a zombie to its chamber and move the villagers with a minecart. Now you can use other methods to get the zombie and the villagers in their chambers, but I recommend this way because it seems to be a much easier way anyways. Now while we wait for nighttime to get a zombie, what you want to do is probably build a temporary walls up here so that when the zombie path finds to you, that he will not walk around the farm and that he'll walk directly to where you want him to go. You'll also want to place a trap door here so that when you lure the zombie, mobs see a trapdoor as a full block, so they won't know that there's a gap there and they'll walk straight into the chamber. Now all we need to do is wait for nighttime. Alright, now that it's nighttime, it's time to find a zombie to lure into its new chamber, and we've already found a potential candidate. This is by far the easiest way to get the zombie into the chamber because they just naturally pathfind to you. And before you know it, the zombie's in his new chamber. Now that we have our zombie in our chamber, we need to name tag him. Now that we have our zombie in his new chamber, we need to name tag him. Excuse me. We need to name tag him before he despawns. We can seal him up. and get rid of these temporary walls. It's now time for the most annoying and difficult part of this farm, and that's moving our 3 villagers. Now thankfully I've already made a nice railway for them to easily be moved into their new chambers, so hopefully it goes smoothly. Now all we need to do is just find 3 of these guys who will be willing to hop in a minecart. Okay, we got 1 candidate ready to go. To make this process easier, I'm going to do 1 villager at a time to make sure there are no mistakes. And thanks to the furnace in the minecart, we can easily get the villagers into their chamber. Now all we need to do is hop down, break the minecart, break the villager out of his minecart. Very carefully. And just like that, villager acquired. This part is boring, so I'm gonna speed it up in the form of a time lapse. Time for the next one. Will there be anyone interested in perhaps taking a trip in the minecart? And finally, our last villager in its chamber. Just like that, easy as pie. Now that the most tedious part of the farm is complete, it's time to move on with the next step of the tutorial. So for this step, we need to pick one of the front corners of the farm, and we're going to build a 7x7 platform where the iron golems are going to spawn. So just like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we're going to fill in this platform. Quick, while I do this part of the build, it's important that you know that this farm is not my design. It has been designed by an epic YouTuber known as Wattles. But before I talk about him, please listen to this next instruction. Once you've filled in the 7x7 spawning platform for the iron golems, we're going to do 1 extra layer and double up the platform. Sorry about the distraction. Like I was saying, Wattles. Wattles is one of my personal favorite YouTubers that I love to watch almost on a daily basis. He's where I learned how to make this farm, and I'll leave the link to his video in the description. But he's definitely an amazing, funny YouTuber that I definitely recommend that you should go check out. Before recording this video, I tested 3 other farm designs, and his one was 100 times better and more efficient, so definitely go check him out. On the uncovered side of the farm here, we're going to add 7 staircases to the build. Now right next to the 7x7 platform, we're going to make another 3x6 platform on the uncovered side. And then we're going to put our last 3 staircases right here. Make sure that the blocks for this platform cannot be burnt by any fire or lava, because we are going to be building near lava soon in the farm. Next, we need to place walls around this platform so that the iron golems don't obviously fall off the platform. So what you want to do is copy where I put the walls on the back and then on all the sides of the farm as so. We're going to go all the way on this side of the farm, go 1 block past the stairs, then we're going to go down and 1, 2, which will cover this side of the farm, and the last side we need to place walls as so, just in line with the staircase right here. So before we move on, just double check that you've made the walls exactly how I have. It's okay, the iron golems cannot fit through this gap here, so you don't have to worry about it. If you want to, you can fill it in, but technically it's not necessary. Now on the open wall side, what we need to do is at the bottom of its chamber, place 4 temporary blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in front of it, we can place a double chest. This is where all the iron will be collected as follows. Now that we've gotten rid of those blocks, it's time to connect our hoppers, which is going to collect the iron golems drops. Doesn't matter how you connect the hoppers, as long as each hopper filters out into the chest, it's all good. The hoppers must be even with the platform of this villager's chamber on either side, depending on how you want to build this farm. Now that we've made our collection system, it's time to cover it up and create a lava chamber which will kill the iron golems when filtered in. So what we're going to do is place a temporary wall there, permanent wall there, break the wall, and we're going to make it go all the way around our hopper collecting system. Just as so. Going to cover it up nice and clean. Next, we're going to connect these walls to the walls at the top here, as so. And then we need to make these walls connect as so. Now that we've connected the walls to make a frame for our lava chamber, we can fill in these gaps using some of these stained glass windows that I've made. Technically, you don't need to use glass, you can just fill it up completely with walls, but I would like to see into this chamber, and I think the orange looks nice with the deep slate. So, this is just purely for aesthetic. You don't have to though, you can just fill it completely to the brim with walls. Now what we need to do is place 3 signs in front of the staircases as so. If you didn't know, all you have to do is place signs on top of each other and you can make them float just like this. So I've hopped down into the chamber and now I'm going to place 9 more signs 1 block above the hoppers in line with my head, just like so. And finally we can place our 1 lava bucket right in the middle of these 9 signs that we just placed. Just like so. And from the middle it should flow out to all of the signs, completing the lava chamber. Now the last thing to do is to fill up our spawning platforms fully with water so that it will easily funnel our iron golems into the lava chamber where they will be killed
for their resources.
Now filling up the last part of this platform with water, which only leaves 1 more thing to do before we can start this farm. And just like that, we finished building the iron farm. Now all we need to do is activate this farm by coming over here to the zombies chamber and breaking the glass that separates the zombie from the villagers. By doing this, villagers should be able to see the zombie, and then they will start freaking out as so by walking up and down on their beds. And then we have to do the same thing for the other 3 villagers. Doing this will freak out the villagers, and when villagers feel threatened, they spawn iron golems. Alright gamers, now that you have learned how to make an iron farm, it's time to actually put it to the test. As you can see, just after cleaning up and talking to you guys, this farm has already collected 54 iron and 17 poppies. Now that's almost a stack in like 5 minutes. So I would definitely say that this farm is efficient. But I'm gonna AFK for 1 hour and just see how powerful and how efficient this farm really is. In 1 hour of waiting and AFKing for this farm, we got exactly... oh my gosh. That's actually pretty good, not gonna lie to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stacks and 10 iron ingots in 1 hour, and a stack of poppies and 5 extra. That's that's actually amazing. Gamers, this means that if you do 1 overnight AFK, you should be able to fill up 1 entire double chest of iron and poppies. That is absolutely insane. This farm, I would say, is the best one you could ever make, and I definitely recommend that you should go back and learn how to make it and build it in your own world. And now that that's out of the way, and you know just exactly how powerful this farm can be for you in your Minecraft world, I'ma leave this episode here, saying thank you guys for watching this episode. Smash like if you want to build this farm in your Minecraft world, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers guys.